gender, unisex, women, boys, girls, men, stainless steel. New gender just dropped. And to be fair, this sounds a lot cooler than any of the other ones you listed. Like, don't get me wrong, I love anything like unisex and kind of androgynous and blurring like gender lines. I love it. But stainless steel seems a little bit more badass somehow. And does this also imply that any of the other genders listed above, not that unisex isn't even really a gender, can't wear or carry anything stainless steel? Is that what you're implying here? Because that's kind of rude. Hello BabyQueers and welcome back to my channel. In times like at the moment, really, I feel like we kind of need some wholesome queer memes. You know, just some fun, everyday, kind of relatable queer memes. So I hope that's what we're doing today, because that's literally what this subreddit is for. You know, so anyway, before we continue, y'all gotta get hydrated though. So grab some water, or some tea, or whatever else you like to drink, and then we'll continue. Are you hydrated? Good. Let's go. Oh, a vampire! Nay, I'm a transpire. You will transform into your true gender now. Wow, thanks Transpire. You will also gain an insatiable bloodlust, but I see that as a bonus. It's a small price to pay for transitioning so easily, really. That's a really small price to pay. Like, it might be annoying sometimes, but not as annoying as gender dysphoria, you know? So I guess I would take it. Or at least I would have. Like, I'm kind of done now, but I would have probably chosen this if I could have, you know? Me, trans femme, gets bottom surgery. Partner lost her voice temporarily. Me to my surgeon, hey, you mind texting my girlfriend when you're done instead of calling her since she lost her voice? Surgeon, oh sure, no problem, I'll even add in some emojis. What I think will happen. Hello, partner, your girlfriends? Privates are chef's kiss, so good, just absolutely amazing. If this is not what happened, I would kind of be disappointed. You know, because you just gotta have faith in your skills as a surgeon, you know? You just gotta believe in yourself and then accurately portray that. You know, like, you gotta pass the message on well. Like, you don't want to type out the whole thing you would say in person, probably, so just using this many emojis would be a good choice. So I'm really hoping you did that. And I don't know if the follow-up of this wasn't posted, like, of the actual message he sent, or if it was just so boring that you left it out on purpose, but I'm curious how many emojis he used and what he actually wrote, you know? Because I'm kind of hoping it's this. Radical Republicans. Votes a homophobic, racist criminal into office. These gay liberal immigrants are ruining this country. I'm sorry, I could not keep it out completely because these people. You know, it's funny because, like, a lot of other people are kind of expecting any and all immigrants to also be homophobic. But then turn around and be like, no, but these gay liberal immigrants that you hear so much about, apparently. We don't, by the way, but anyways. They're ruining the country. Or just, like, as individual groups of people, I can't tell. But either way, what are you doing, and how did you actually think this was gonna improve things for anyone, really? Like, there's, like, a very, very, very minuscule percentage of people that will actually, like, benefit from this result. You know? And chances are you're not one of that percentile. Queer people of all kinds, I'm looking you in the eyes. Do not freaking kill yourself. Are you listening to me? It will be okay. It will get better. I'm shaking you by the shoulders. Do not freaking do it. You have so much to keep going for and so many people who love you. The cost of the present will not outweigh the life ahead of you. I love you. Chin up or down. Keep walking. You'll get there. We will pull you back onto your feet should you fall. I love you. This just as I don't want to call this a casual reminder, but an important reminder, especially after remembering all the amazing people who voted, you know, from the previous post. So, you know, if you need to save this part of the video, either as a picture or with my voice reading it to you and listen to it over and over again, or whatever it takes for you to get through this, do that. You know, I normally don't condone like unhealthy coping, or like I don't want to advertise for it, but I'd rather you cope unhealthily with this, as long as you're not like completely messing up your life or your health. You know, but as long as you get through this, we will get through this somehow. So if this post even helped you a little bit or helps you a little bit, read it or listen to it as much as you need. And along those lines, we have a second post. If you're transgender, you have to live. If you accomplish something else, then good. If you accomplish nothing else, then good. But you have to live. And literally just if you're a queer person in general. Trans people, sure, probably most of all right now being under attack. Well, at least at first we know this. But if you're queer, or a person of color, for that matter, hang in there. If you accomplish nothing else than surviving, that's okay. That's okay. You still have a lot of your life to live after this period is over, you know, so you have time to be productive and get your life back together, but if you accomplish nothing else then, like, other than surviving, then that's okay too. On a lighter note, I saw this. I love Doctor Who, and I loved these two's, like, chemistry together, so I just had to include it. I haven't had queer art in my videos in so long, it's literally horrendous that I haven't. And I saw this, and I knew I had to include it because it's just cute. Look at these. Look at this. This is cute and adorable, and I'm very here for this. Stop being trans! You know what? I'm gonna transition even harder. Apart from the fact that that's literally not how anything works. Doing things out of spite is, like, quite a good motivator for a lot of people. Like, especially if it's not just, like, if it's one person being like, no, but you can't do that. You shouldn't be doing that, no matter what it is. That might not be spite-inducing enough, but with these many people, honestly, just doing everything out of spite is definitely not something I would discourage, you know? So, yeah, even if it's literally doesn't work like this, like, you can't just be like, yeah, okay, no, I guess you're right, I'm gonna stop being a silly trans now and just be comfortable with the gender I was assigned. Why didn't I think of that before? You know, that's literally not how this works, but transition harder out of spite, I'm very here for that. When you realize you're going to have to drink hot coffee in order to blend in with the heterosexuals. It's okay. Maybe don't drink coffee in public anymore. You know, if you make coffee at home, you can drink iced coffee all you want. Learn to make good iced coffee at home, and you'll be fine. Because, like, especially in winter, people will look at you really weird if you drink iced coffee. Even if they don't have the connotation of that being a gay thing, they will look at you really weird. But if you do it in private, then no one can make weird comments about it. Or just show dominance and show up with a liter of iced coffee and stare them down. Your pick. 3 months, HRT. I shaved 3 times and I still missed the spot? Oh, I feel like such a fake girl. 3 years on HRT. I haven't shaved in days and I'm still hot as frick. Okay, literally, I feel like missing a spot on your legs while shaving is a very feminine experience in the sense that it probably happens to a lot of women. You know, so it doesn't mean you're a fake girl. It just means that shaving is hard. It is just hard. Legs, knees in particular, you know, just like hard to reach, and your hair grows in like a lot of different directions. It's just not easy. Okay? So it doesn't mean you failed as a girl, or you're faking it, or you're a fake girl. It just means that shaving is freaking hard. And if you don't want to anymore, if you give up on it, or if you just don't want to do it often, then who cares? Again, assert dominance. If someone has a problem with it, just stare them down. Be safe, of course, but if you are in a situation where you can do that safely, just stare them down. Good lord, everyone at the reunion for my religious all-girls school is a trans man and they're hot? Yeah, I feel like either this or just a raging lesbian. Both would be acceptable, really, but why is this? I did not go to an all-girls school, by the way. And I'm really glad I didn't, but also it couldn't have made school that much more horrible. Maybe? I'm not sure. Guess we'll never know. But anyways, I don't know why you view this as a problem, or if you view this as a problem, but is it just kind of a shit, what do I do? Everyone's hot. I wanna talk to everyone and like, you know, like I wanna kiss everyone here. That might be a problem if you don't have enough time, you know, but I don't really see this as a problem in and of itself. Straights. I'd drown my kids if they were gay. Gays. Hi, go frick yourself. Straights. Honestly, the LGBTQ is the most hateful, vile community in our country. Like, they literally try to shove their beliefs down our throat. Like, gosh, everyone has different opinions. Once again, opinions are, I prefer tea over coffee, or I don't like pineapple on pizza. That's an okay opinion to have. Okay? Those are opinions. Everything else just makes you a hateful, ignorant piece of shit, really. You know, you can't really go around hating on someone else and then be like, no, but they're so hateful because they got offended that you would literally choose to kill them if you had the chance. Or you want to change everything about them. That's not really... You can't really go around treating people like that and then expecting that they'll just be nice to you. Okay, transmascs need to normalize saying, my dick exploded when we have a period. It's that time of the month again. Penis explosion? Penis explosion. I'm not sure if we should normalize saying this, but it would be pretty funny. And you would get a lot of, maybe we should normalize this. I feel like it would get a lot of confused looks by bystanders, you know, because you ever just like overhear someone in public saying something that really doesn't make sense in your head. It's gonna do that to a lot of cis people, and I think it would kind of be funny. And then you would also get like a lot of worried looks from cis dudes probably, because they just hear the words penis and exploding together and they're just gonna picture that happening to themselves. Actually, the more I think about it, we should normalize this. It'd be really funny, actually. Me, being a lesbian, just vibing, straight guys, but you haven't seen my penis. Ah yes, because that will make a difference. This does, like, these people, first of all, being a lesbian, sure, a lot of people have a genital preference, you know? A lot of lesbians will prefer or only want to deal with vaginas, sure, but even like even if penises were good looking, this would still not work. Like, even if you find a lesbian that's not like grossed out by penises, how do you think this is gonna work? What is this obsession that guys, especially like straight guys, have with their dicks? This is how? And can, like, preferably, like, some really big, like, bear type of gay please go up to them and, like, say the same things back to them and just, like, lean over them, you know, just, like, lean in and flirt hardcore with them and just make them uncomfortable, because if you're gonna be treating people like that, you kind of deserve to have someone treat you like that back. Dinosaurs didn't have pronouns, and look where that got them. Freaking obliterated. Do you want the same thing happening to you? No? Then you better pick out your pronouns, and you better put them in your bio, on every social media, and in your email signature. Unless you want to be hit by a comet. Do you? No, but all jokes aside, if you want to put your pronouns in your bio, and your emo signature, feel free to do so. It's gonna piss a lot of people off, even if it doesn't get them hit with a comment, so it'd be pretty cool if you did that. Straight people I respect. Acts like a normal human being, has a personality. Doesn't force upon you the fact that they're straight. Literally is a normal person that you can be friends with. Straight people I do not respect. Sexuality is the focal point of their existence. Polices how openly LGBT plus people can express their identities because they can only pretend to like gay people if they don't know they're gay. Yeah, my baby nephew is gonna be such a ladies' man. All lives matter and straight pride. Dresses like a clown to show the world how straight they are. Hasn't washed their ass ever, because that's gay. You know, and all things like that. Like, literally, this just... It just makes these people, like, hard to be around. Like, I really don't have a problem with people making, like, their hobbies or whatever, their entire personality, if they really like fishing, and that's, like, the only thing you know about them because that's the only thing that they'll talk about. Okay, cool. I don't like fishing, I don't really vibe with this, but I can respect it at least. But if you make your whole personality how much you hate other groups of people, especially minorities, then that's a bit strange. Something amazing about being queer is that moment when you see a stranger and you realize, wait, you're like me. Are there moth people living among us and I didn't notice yet? Am I moth people? Because this is very, like, asexual colors. Am I moth people? I think I'm moth people. Well, there are worse things to be, actually. My girlfriend literally don't have a penis. It's so scary. Where did it go? I didn't know girls could do that. Stay safe out there, soldier. Hi, I said that my girlfriend doesn't have a penis asked last night. My girlfriend is trans. She literally has a dick. I was just so ridiculously high, I couldn't find it. Let me tell you something. I collected this meme yesterday and I told my girlfriend before we were brushing our teeth, and she was laughing for 5 minutes and we couldn't brush our teeth. So, you know, do drugs safely, I guess, but this is still so funny. Like, any cis person will probably read this and be like, why would you think your girlfriend has a dick? But it's just, he would think that, or they would think that, because their girlfriend usually has one. And I get being really confused if you can't find it anymore, because yeah, just because someone's a girl doesn't mean they can just, like, you know, like, a lot of people would solve their gender dysphoria if they could, like, reel it back in or something, you know? Video game. Your mission is to lead a political uprising by overthrowing a tyrant and free the political opponents he has imprisoned. Gamers. Yes. Okay, good. Let's do this. Video game. And your character can be whatever gender you want. Why do you have to make it political all of a sudden? I get that being queer is kind of political, but it didn't have to be until you made it. You could have just all been chill and be like, well, people exist. People can be different. I don't have to understand people. I don't have to understand what it's like to not identify with what I was assigned at birth or something. To accept that it's a thing. But no, y'all couldn't do that, so now it's political and now you can cry about it, I guess. A baby trans me trying on dresses for the first time. It's a little tight across the chest. Is the self-deprecating humor to be like, I look like Gimli? Maybe. I'm pretty sure you do not look like Gimli. I would kind of be impressed if you did, really. But I'm pretty sure you don't, you know? But I guess this can happen. Like, male biology is kind of different in that way. Like, literally, my chest circumference actually got bigger after top surgery. Like, even like right after top surgery, after it was kind of like the swelling was down a bit, it was still higher than when I still had boobs and I was preety. Just because I don't look wide, I'm not like super muscular, but you do put on muscle mass. And that alone just makes your chest bigger. So I guess if you've been nuked by male puberty, even though you didn't want to be, I guess it would still be tight across the chest if you try on dresses or something. I'm non-binary, but I present male and I use he and pronouns. That doesn't even make sense. I'm non-binary, but I present male and use he and pronouns. It's so true. I will literally yell at anyone who uses she, her pronouns, for God. Because then all of a sudden misgendering is wrong, even though... God, does he officially have it? I'm not religious. But I kind of feel like it's God's kind of giving gender less. So, you know, I think they're kind of above gender if there is a God. So why would pronouns even matter? But no, then it's wrong. Then it's wrong if you use different pronouns than they think is right. Actually, that kind of tracks. Like, the transphobes will literally get mad if you use different pronouns than what they think is right. Because of course, only they have the one true answer. Jesus struggling to remember when exactly he told followers to bully trans kids. Again, I'm not religious, but still, how are you gonna use your religion to be a dickhead to anyone and everyone who's different, instead of loving thy neighbor? You know, make it make sense. Hey babe, you do know that cis people don't feel excited at the idea of being a different gender, right? You do know that, right? Like, if you have like a really gross straight man, he will be excited, but in a sexualizing women way, not in a being excited actually being perceived as a woman and like living as a woman. You know, there's a difference. So unless you're that straight cis man wondering what it would be like to be a woman and saying gross things about what you would do if you were suddenly like in a woman's body for one day, you know, I think if you get excited other than that, then you might have just realized something about yourself. Okay, just because I'm trans doesn't mean you can ask me random invasive questions like, how have you been? What have you been up to? Etc. Seriously, stop it with the invasive questions. Who gave you permission to ask me stuff like this? Seriously, what are you doing? Seriously, like, I hate this question so much. Is it just because a lot of queer people, and especially trans people, are autistic? Is that why we hate these questions? Because I think there might be a connection there. Anyways, that was all the memes for today. And except for getting slightly mad at one point or the other there, I think we managed to stay mostly wholesome. Which I'm really glad about, actually. So I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you feel a little bit better. If not, just watch it again or something, or just go look for like wholesome meme videos or something, I guess. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you hydrated. If not, maybe go consider drinking something now. And I'll be back in a few days with my next video.